we have a neighbour, and sometimes neighbours are noisy.
Six of the best for Manchester City. United not just beaten, humiliated. Who's placed one for Michael Owen? Oh, this is incredible! Balotelli, Aguero! The game here ended with his team as champions. Manchester City have come up with a huge goal.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything but actually we know nothing. This week we will be previewing English Premier League's Matchweek 12. So once again, sitting in for Arsenal fan Kimberly, who probably is a bit too shy to come in to face the music of Arsenal's horrendous season. Chelsea fan Robin is once again with us, Liverpool fan Yinren, Newcastle fan Mun Jhun, and I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan. Of course, we will be talking about the headline act, the Manchester Derby. Yeah, we can start with, do you have any favorite Manchester Derbies of previous seasons that you all like particularly?
I think it has to be the, what was it, 6 months?
6-1.
6 months the best, I guess. In recent memory, because I remember, I don't think there's any outstanding Manchester Derbies after that really stand out.
One for the Rooney bicycle kick winner or something like that.
Rooney
I think that was a big highlight.
Oh, that's so long ago.
Quite
yeah,
long
it was quite
ago.
long. I think that
10
might
years
be
ago
before, might be before Man City got rich. Is it that long ago?
No, I think it should be after they got rich.
I think the Robinho era, maybe.
Yeah. Like early rich.
I sort of don't want to remember this, but I remember the Michael Owen last minute goal also. I think it was maybe one of the few goals he scored for Manchester United.
But regards to the game, I started to think maybe I know Man U maybe are doing decently well in the league, but I don't think their fortunes will change so much. So I don't expect any surprises from this result, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know will Man U bounce back from their Champions League defeat or not. Are they that type of team? I don't feel like it. I don't feel they are.
Now I don't think so. Now Oli a bit don't know what the hell he's doing it.
I mean, that's always been the case, no?
That's always been the case.
They only bounced back from their bad first half.
A bit rubbish. It feels like it's just anyhow. It's like, okay, this one don't work, then we try the other one. Okay, this timing the sub don't work, and then we try halftime sub work. Let's see whether it works or not.
Yeah, a lot of Man U fans, not a lot some Man U fans still giving him credit, say that his tactical tweaks have worked. That's why in the second half they're better. But I think at some point you have to wonder is it because their preparation sucks? That's why you have to always make up for it in the your halftime subs. But yeah, somehow I don't see Man U winning this. I don't even think they'll get a point out of this. So I think it's I wouldn't say it's an easy Man City win because other than the Burnley result, Man City haven't really made it easy for themselves this season. I'll go Man City 2-0.
The difference between Arsenal and Man U is it's just the players It's like without Man U, Man U without the players they have, right? They'll probably be in a similar position as Arsenal. They have individuals that despite the team not playing well, right, they're able to have those moments of magic, I guess. Not really magic, but still can manage to concoct something up. It's if Pogba not doing well, you have Bruno Fernandes. And then Bruno Fernandes not doing well. Sometimes you have Anthony Martial, one goal here. Sometimes Rashford, one goal there. Sub in Cavani. And then now still have Van der Beek. So there's still a bit of depth and individual players who can make something out of come out with something out of nowhere.
I think it's very hard to not talk about Arsenal. So
yeah, but that's the comparison.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of get it also. I think also mainly. Possibly, right, maybe this is a bit controversial thing to say, but I think because Mikel Arteta is probably a better tactician than Ole, so, he has sort of that, how to say,
more
he's
pressure.
purposely trying to set up Arsenal in a certain way, whereas for Ole, is more or less, let's go out there and anyhow just play, and it's sort of giving Man U at least a license to attack, right? Rather than Arsenal, there's a bit of you cannot do this later, it disrupts their initial tactical plans, that kind of thing. So maybe... That's that. I don't know. That's the feeling I get from between those two managers.
So I think for my prediction, I think Man City sort of get a little bit of a run going already, right? They're after their starting few setbacks, now they are winning a bit more consistently. I think they will and they should go for it because they're, in a sense, they're also a bit behind the other title contenders, right? So I think Guardiola may be thinking like, okay, this is a good time to take advantage of Man U situation. Don't just go and try to get a big win. You can get back into the top 4. You can beat your rivals in the process. So why not, right? Yeah, I think it will be 3-1.
Then somehow, like in recent memory, I don't know whether it's recency bias or not, but just somehow I don't remember like being very like excited for Manchester derbies for some time already.
I guess Man U fans, I mean, since there isn't one here, I guess, have to speak up on their behalf. There was the one game where Paul Pogba had a good performance. I think there was the one where Man City could have wrapped up the title. Cannot remember exactly which season this was. I think it was the one where they were way ahead of everyone else. They could have beat Man U and sealed the title, but I think they lost a 2-goal lead. Man U came back in the second half and won 3-2. That's probably the one game that a lot of the Pogba fans are all clinging to, saying that, this was the performance that, he showed his world class, that kind of thing.
I usually don't go for all the uninspiring like prediction, right? I think for this fixture, I feel so uninspired this time around.
What, 1-0?
Goalless.
I go for like a boring 1-1 draw.
I think Man U are just so susceptible to making their own mistakes defensively. Like, they're just not well set up to defend. Somehow, the goals they conceded are all pretty cheap goals, especially the recent one against Leipzig. If they start off poorly again, right? I mean, it's Man City, it's not West Ham. Like, they started really poorly against West Ham last week, and they were lucky not to lose, to be honest. Then kept relying on second half magic, like Bruno Fernandes. It's just really that one man. So I think as long as Guardiola just block Fernandes and nullify him, right, Man U are not going to get anything out of the match. So I think as long as Man City just plays their normal game and press well, right, there are a lot of mistakes in Man U. I think Man City will create like way more chances, no matter how Man U try to sit back and break. So I think Man City will also win 2-0.
We have to talk about the different title contenders. A lot of people are now, really thinking of Spurs, maybe even Chelsea as possible title contenders. Everton, Chelsea is probably the biggest of the 3 title contenders games. Everton, struggling with injury. It's only mainly one of their players that I would say struggling with injury, and I think it's a bigger injury than we probably imagine it would be. Luka Dean, is out until end of January. It's not just that he's the highest assister at Everton, but I think all his assists were for Calvert-Lewin. So I mean, even though Calvert-Lewin is still scoring, that's a main creative outlet that Everton are missing.
Yeah, Everton's injury to Luka Dean, right, is so important that it caused Ancelotti to change tactics to his 3-4-3, which didn't work so well, right? Because he doesn't have another left back. He just doesn't have a replacement. But yeah, because of that, right, and I think Chelsea have been performing very, very well, and I was very impressed with their win against Leeds, sorry. Like, Leeds gave a good fight in the first half. Like, I was legit, concerned. It was really shaping up to be those high-scoring games. But somehow we rode the storm, Then, as long as Chelsea maintain that high press against Everton, right, we should be able to win quite comfortably, I can say that. So I think it would be probably a 2-0 Chelsea win.
Wow, but I think 2-0 a bit. Okay, maybe you have more faith in Chelsea's defense. I think it may be a 3-1 because I think Chelsea is gonna score a lot, but I think Calvert-Lewin is gonna score also. I don't know. 2-1 it feels like Everton deserve a worse score than that. based on their recent performance, doesn't feel like they can 2-1 it.
Okay, not sure if that's the Liverpool fan in him speaking, but Mun Jhun?
I don't know why this Everton suddenly reminds you of the Everton of the old. Like that maybe this is the year that they'll challenge for top 6, but they end up being 12. Yeah.
Actually, it's happened several times already.
Yeah, that's why. And I think Everton don't wake up
Ronald
the idea.
Koeman, Marco Silva, it's always like
more
that.
of the Ronald Koeman era, I think so. I think if they don't wake up the idea, they're gonna go all the way down in the next few games. Because they're facing Chelsea, they're facing Leicester, but then they're facing Arsenal, but then still they might well lose to Arsenal if they don't pick up the idea.
Yeah. I think soon we will be picked up as an Arsenal podcast. So we mentioned Arsenal so many times.
But I think like this Everton team, like I say, like on paper they are not bad. They're actually quite good, and they will actually, I believe, like they will have like a result to actually spark the team back. And I think it's time for a spark lah. They have been in such a horrible form, so I'll go for the inspiring result of the week. Go for 2-0 Everton.
Wow.
Wow.
2-0 Everton. Okay, I was thinking along the lines of spark for Everton also. Not quite 2-0 Everton lah. I think recently, Chelsea have been going along quite well, in quite convincing and solid in terms of most of their wins. I think this might be the first where they sort of get some questions asked of them lah. I think this will be a draw lah. I'm going 1-1 Everton Chelsea. Yeah. The next title contender, I think we can go from third, second to first. So we can talk about Liverpool, which Liverpool had quite a convincing win last week. Previously maybe
Nobody
after their
expected
draw
that.
Yeah, previously with their draw against Brighton, maybe people were like, oh, maybe this Liverpool starting to be a bit shaky. But completely wiped the floor with Wolves. Maybe it's the fans that have returned, gave them a bit of impetus also.
That helped.
But yeah, I mean Liverpool will be facing my side, Fulham. Yeah, it's the first game that fans will be back at Craven Cottage. Not exactly a very good game to be back, I would say, especially facing a Liverpool team with a lot of confidence. And the good thing for anybody who's watching this video
So excited.
is that we finally found out how to pronounce Liverpool's backup keeper's name. I think we can get Yinren to pronounce for us.
Quivin, if I'm not wrong. Kelleher.
Okay, we'll go that Quivin Kelleher. Yeah, so no more Hokkien pronunciation already.
I think it's actually not a bad game for Fulham fans to come back. Because I think for the players, because you don't have a lot of pressure, it's like whatever you against Liverpool, right? Then you lose, the fans also won't be too mad at you, and then the players also won't feel like the pressure, like shit, or the fans back, and then if we play badly, they're gonna boo us or whatever, So
That's true.
It's a good game to ease the fans back into the disappointment.
I guess you can say that. Yeah, it's sort of a free hit lah.
Yeah, the fans not gonna expect anything, and then they can still see good football just not from their side. So it's like, why not, right? I feel like this is the sort of game that people gonna expect a 4-0, right? But after it's gonna be a labourers like 1-0, because that's what Liverpool do. Like when they off form, right, they will still like grind out. They will still grind out wins, but just I don't know lah. They don't really sweep people off as much now, It's just like the 4-0 results won't be that often. But then again, Fulham's really not doing well. But we also 1-0 to Sheffield, right? So I'm just like 1-0 or 2-0 Sheffield.
Yeah, I think I remember that also.
Also a close game. And there's also the propensity to become like Brighton like that. You have like dodgy VAR decisions. I don't know lah.
Although speaking of VAR decisions, there was one that went for you last weekend. So although you didn't really need it, in the end it didn't matter.
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna go for a conservative 2-0 Liverpool.
Okay, man, I'll take 2-0 every. Yeah, at the end of the day, goal difference is important. I was actually quite happy we kept it down to 2 against Man City last week. So yeah, actually it really depends. I will be more interested to see if Scott Parker continues with his false 9 tactic. I think he likes it a lot. I'm a bit surprised that he still went for it with against Man City. I guess he'll probably use it against Liverpool also. Plus, our next 2 matches are Brighton, Newcastle, a lot more winnable games. So I guess playing a false 9 against Liverpool maybe a bit more conservative. I'll go 2-0 Liverpool also.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think that's quite a positive.
I was tempted to go higher, but yeah, I couldn't bring myself to.
Is it me or is it Scott Parker? He lost faith in Mitrovic a bit.
I think the difference, of course, is that Mitrovic does a lot less work in terms of defensively. So if you leave, there are times where you leave Mitrovic up front, right? He doesn't tend to track back much. So if you have a false 9 like Cavallero or Camara, they naturally would drop back a lot more lah. So, but the problem is that you hardly look like scoring against Man City. Even the John Stones mistake also, nobody was there to capitalize on it also. So it's sort of a very defeatist approach. I think against the bigger teams, he will still want to ease Mitrovic back. Against the other smaller teams, he want to ease Mitrovic back also. So a bit of yes and no.
Actually now I'm just thinking how long can Fulham hold the fort? How long can who's your main star defender? How long can Joachim Anderson hold the fort?
Oh, you mean in terms of like how many minutes?
Yeah, how many
If I'm
minutes?
not wrong,
Still,
right? Okay, I don't know the stats for this, but we concede early a lot.
then that is it. You cannot concede early against Liverpool. That's the
Although we conceded very early against Man City and then it's still 2-0 also.
not much faith in Fulham. Sorry, may I go for 4-0?
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
I mean, if Wolves can lose 4-0, why not Fulham, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think Mun Jhun said that we always concede 4. We actually haven't conceded 4 this season yet. So that is a fallacy.
Yeah, I think Liverpool is just too strong. Not a lot of weaknesses, and now Trent is coming back. I think Liverpool will win 3-0.
I guess then we will go to the hot topic of the month for now. Jose Mourinho's Spurs. But this is an interesting match, I think, because Spurs are facing Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. I think this will be the first time in quite a while Spurs will be facing another counter-attacking side. So both sides don't really want the balls, and somehow Palace won 5-1 last week against West Brom.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I feel like this is the kind of game that this Spurs might struggle. Yeah, it seems like so typical of them, to struggle against smaller teams who can actually attack them on the counter attack. Teams like West Brom, teams like Brighton, like I said previously, they don't really perform well against these teams. And somehow they don't perform well in like smaller arenas in some cases. I don't know why. They tend to perform better in bigger arenas. And Selhurst Park is from my camera angle I watch on TV, it's a damn small field. So I think that Spurs might actually struggle a bit.
Well, this is legit analysis. I'm talking about the field size some more. Okay.
And I wouldn't look too much into Crystal Palace for 5-1 win against West Brom. Got red card, then Benteke can score 2.
Okay, that's true also.
But now I think you all can put some money on the Zaha for Golden Boot because he's also point form. But okay.
That's true. I think it's his second most prolific season already. Yeah, and it's only 11 games in.
Like I feel like this is the kind of game I actually will like maybe try to pull up the smaller team a bit. So maybe I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
I still have high hopes and confidence in Spurs. Because I just
coming from a Chelsea fan.
I mean, hugely because of Mourinho's tactics lah.
Okay.
But they may have one eye on the next game week, right, which is against Liverpool. So they will probably try to conserve some energy against Palace. So maybe they'll try to score 1 or 2 and then rest. I mean, Aurier may make a mistake, so that's where Zaha may enjoy a bit of luck. But I still think Spurs are too good. So 2-0 to Spurs.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Son and Kane, I mean, this one probably won't surprise you all. The most fruitful partnership in the Premier League. They've scored, assisted each other 11 times. Yeah, I think.
And they have a lot of consecutive clean sheets, I think, including Man City and Chelsea.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I think maybe it's finally time for Spurs to slow down a bit. I mean, it's also partly because I'm hoping that they don't.
Maybe this is the true, he's actually most scared of Spurs.
No lah, but it's like the way they play is the Mourinho way. You just score 1-2 goals, so it will never be a high scoring game.
That's only against the big teams, right, so far.
I think even they were also it was also quite laborious against some of the smaller teams, I think.
Although you say that, but I mean they did have high scoring games lah. They won 6-1 against Man U, 5-1 against Southampton.
That one got red card lah.
I think maybe Zaha gonna hit them on a break, gonna 1-1.
I think it's still a bit too early. I think this Mourinho bandwagon thing will go on a bit more.
Wow.
I think it will be 1-0 Spurs. Yeah, because I think this will be a good setup for the next week's game now. Okay, so this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We finally come to the time where we can cover Arsenal, everybody's favorite topic. Even though it's against Burnley, but it's still a crucial. Everybody calls it a 6-pointer, but it really is a 6-pointer, I guess, for Arsenal. Currently in 15th in the table. We actually haven't talked about the North London derby. What did you all think of Arsenal's performance? What do you think of the Thomas Partey incident?
I mean, okay, personally, as a pseudo Arsenal number 2 team kind of guy, I was damn disappointed with Partey for doing that. I think it was damn unprofessional. I mean, probably 8 out of 10 professionals would have just laid on the ground and make a scene on the spot to try and get the ref to stop the game. That's what most professionals would logically do, rather than just walk off. Right? Then even Arteta had to try to push him back on, and he obviously couldn't go on lah. But wow, that was very disappointing to watch. It it was just very sad, and it highlights what Arsenal is, right? They don't have spine. They don't have that fight and leadership. Only one player probably is like Gabriel, the centre back, the new guy. I think he still has that aggression, which I appreciate lah.
Although I guess I can say Yinren has been watching a lot of Arsenal fan TV over the past week. I don't know about the rest of you all. I watched a few Arsenal fan TV videos.
Oh, the rest are the best after they do so.
Yeah, but a lot of them were blaming Granit Xhaka, which I find it overly harsh lah. Like, okay, I get it, Arsenal fans don't like him.
He is their go-to scapegoat, man. It's unfair.
Correct, yeah. But I feel that the two arguments they have are a bit not doesn't really stand up as arguments. One, they were saying, first of all, he's no longer the captain lah, but they were saying, as an ex-captain or whatever, you should be able to, shout and get Thomas Partey back on, but like he's not going to be able to like constantly look at other people and see whether they're running off the pitch or so. And second, if he sees Partey running off, you should then drop back and then cover for him. But it doesn't work that way, you do what you're meant to do in a tactical system rather than you cover for people who just suddenly decide to walk off the pitch. So I think that one, I'm surprised Arsenal fans didn't go for him. Like the AFTV people, they were like, still giving Thomas Partey 7 out of 10 for the game. I think it's a lot of bias there lah.
I don't know if it's Sky Sports or BT, or I think it's Sky Sports who mentioned like the part about Thomas Partey going off, right? It sort of shows another, like, one of the problems they say about Arsenal. There's like no leaders and like there's no communication within the team, right? So it's like if Thomas Partey want to go off, right, he can just tell someone, right? Like he didn't tell anyone, then you see, then you have like Xhaka and like Bellerin and like the whole squad like bombing forward. Then Partey's like the only one covering. Then he never tell anyone that he's going to go off. Then he just go off like that. Then like obviously the team will be caught off guard. Like if he had mentioned something, like, I'm sure someone would have dropped back to like fill in for him. He just never say, just like walk off. Then like what the hell? Then the counter, no one there to block the counter. Then and then like,
of course directly led to a goal also lah. So,
yeah, directly led to a goal. And then like shows the breakdown in comms within the team. And no one saying anything. They just like play their thing and then like, whatever like that. I mean, I think there's 3 people that were, I think, maybe most in fire this week for Arsenal. It's like, I think maybe Xhaka. I didn't quite catch that. And like Hector Bellerin, I think. Yeah, Arteta lor. It's like you have to decide who to blame. It's the manager or the player. If he's the player, right, then it's like, it's which player? Yeah, the stupid stat lah. What is it? Arsenal had more foul throws than goals scored. Since October lah. So.
Okay. The more interesting one, Arsenal have more points in the Europa League than the Premier League. So.
Oh my god.
So what is the problem with Arsenal?
Okay, what's wrong with Arsenal? Everything's wrong. It's like
everything's wrong.
There's basically nothing positive can be taken from that. It's like and it epitomizes what we've been saying about them all this while. It's like they try to be stable, but they're not stable. So it's like you're just letting go. And then because of like this focus on structure and being solid, right? Then you sacrifice the fluidity and the creativity, and then because it affected, I think especially Aubameyang's like confidence a bit, right? You don't score for a few games, so now he's just like in a rut already. Then he can't, like, even when he get good chances, he can't even score them nowadays.
But talking about the game, right?
Yeah, I think
based on my own analysis of Arsenal, right, against Spurs, I was like if based on any team that drops back, like I think like they are able to get the balls into positions to actually score goals. Just say there are two stupid strikers and just happen to like not be there or something like that. Like I think Lacazette and Aubameyang, they got into like the penalty box a few times and maybe they got like good shots on goal, but somehow the shot just goes straight at Lloris, or like the shot just they didn't get the shot at well. I think against Burnley they will actually have the same amount of chances lah. I think it'll be like an uninspiring like 1-0 win for Arsenal.
Okay.
Well, maybe this guy should have a side bet on like if there's how many foul throws there's gonna be.
And this one we can definitely include. Yeah.
I mean, Burnley gonna just defend and kick the ball half the time. So. But if they don't win this, right, it's really like.
Yeah. Then who else are you gonna beat?
Exactly. Well, I wanted to go for a 0-0 there. Like.
Okay, I mean, you can go for 0-0.
Okay, I think I'll go
so
for
Arsenal's woes continue. But yeah.
It'll be fun to see that.
I think Arsenal's problem is Arteta has overcompensated their defensive problem from last year to this year. Like he focused a lot on trying to defend such that they forgot how to attack. And then when they had the ball and they tried to attack, it's not the right move. It's like the David Moyes Man United phase where they just kept crossing, but they didn't have a good striker that can hit balls in. I think that time don't have Lukaku yet. Then with Lacazette and Aubameyang, they're not going to win headers. Most of their goals are not that way. Then their wingers now, I mean, Willian, when he gets the ball, he slows everything down, cuts back, try to pass to Tierney again. It's then boring, very predictable. Then their midfielders don't really make late runs. So it's very hard to find that penetration. So that is Arsenal's problem now. They forgot how to attack. And whatever Arteta is training them and telling them to do is not working. Quality-wise, player for player, Arsenal is better than Burnley. So that's why I'm leaning towards Arsenal finally getting a win. But I think I'm going to agree that Arsenal will win. And I think it's going to be 1-0 or so. Boring game. But somehow they would get one result to save Arteta a little bit.
Well, surely it must be an Arsenal win. You know, we are already in December already. I'm also going to go Arsenal 1-0, but not a lot of conviction in that. I guess last week, Mun Jhun was a bit stifled because he didn't get to discuss Newcastle that much, so we can give him this time to talk about Newcastle facing West Brom, who got trashed in preparation for this game at St. James's Park. Slaven Bilic complaining throughout his entire press conference about how every call is against them. I would say actually the red card was a bit harsh also. But they got comprehensively torn apart. So I guess you can say easy Newcastle 3 points.
I wouldn't say that. As half our team is out with like injuries, and probably half of them will be out with COVID. So I don't know what's going to happen in here. The more we are expected to win because it's a home game against a lousy team, the more we don't actually do it. And I can foresee that Fulham might actually dominate in terms of stats, in terms of like possession.
West Brom.
West Brom. Yeah.
Not all interchangeable, but yeah, okay.
This is how much confidence I have in my team. But I think I use the same reason all the time. We got the 5th best English striker in the league. So I got,
okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Is there any update in terms of your English power rankings?
Maybe I can. I did make a short 5-minute. Think about it for 5 minutes. Let me try. Let me dig it up for you.
That's a lot longer than most of us think about anything. But yeah. At this rate, right, I have to come up with a theme for your section as well.
Got the music, right? Then you got a cartoon on.
Oh, it's
wow.
Yes,
number 1 for me is still Harry Kane because he scored and assisted. And basically the top 10 didn't change because I realized all the top 4, right? I mean, top 5 strikers, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jamie Vardy, Patrick Bamford, and
Patrick Bamford is number 4.
They at least scored. No, the thing is, why I put Patrick Bamford ahead of Danny Ings is that he's not injury prone.
But your power rankings is based on form, not exactly based on whether.
Yeah, I guess it's based on form and will I play them the next week.
Okay.
Who would I prefer? Yeah. And the reason why Callum Wilson is still 6 because like the players that below him didn't really perform that well.
So you will take Patrick Bamford over Callum Wilson at Newcastle?
I would. Yeah, because I feel Bamford is better. Bamford is better with the ball and speed.
Okay.
Yeah, Callum Wilson just happens to like he has been in a good position. He can take 1-2 touches and he gets scores. So his positioning is better. But then you're talking about like a dribbler, someone that creates space on his own, then it's Patrick Bamford. Yeah. If you are interested, there's even a second list here of players that I don't give a shit about.
Okay. I mean, it'll be a bit of me to actually point out you have 2 number 10s but
But then I do. No, I think I got 18 players, yeah. But I didn't really bother about this side of the thing. It's all the others, the West Broms and the Huddersfield and the who.
You missed Rashford not considered.
Yeah, I
think I mentioned that Rashford was he plays mostly as a winger, but most of his players here are like centre forwards.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. I think that's
So
these are like out and out strikers Okay, I think
these are the ones. So this is the 2nd division of the top English strikers, which I didn't really bother about it because none of them did anything. So I think Ryan Bruce.
For effort, this one.
The only reason why Ryan Bruce is last because he actually cost money to buy. He cost Sheffield United a big 10 million.
There's even a reason for why number 17.
Okay. He has done nothing. He's sort of be the savior, but he has done nothing.
That's
So
true.
for the Newcastle and West Brom analysis, as you can see this part, there's one Newcastle striker here, but then there's two. Is there two? I cannot see lah. But there's one. There's Callum Robinson here,
Cullen Grant also.
and Callum Grant, who has done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I see their names.
So I will favor Callum Wilson with the 7 goals, 2 assists. Then the 1 goal, 0 assists, 1 goal, 0 assists of Callum Robinson and Callum Grant.
This is the most legit analysis on this show ever.
Gareth Southgate, watch this.
Yeah, so I'll go for
Gareth Southgate will be using this as motivation for his players. Really.
Go for 2-0 Newcastle win.
You know what? Maybe I'll go draw.
Oh my god. So inspiring. Okay. Are you not impressed? Are you not
No, I'm impressed. Fully
You not
impressed
see who's
with your,
here?
but it doesn't mean that. Okay, I mean,
where will the
I'm
goals
not
come
gonna-
from?
I'm not gonna yeah.
Yeah, I think I just gonna go for 0-0 lah.
Guys, if I can't even convince you, how I convince Gareth Southgate to bring Callum Wilson into the team, let me tell you. But okay.
Yeah, I actually am convinced because I have faith in Callum Wilson. But is he fit? Like, will he play or is he gonna COVID that time?
No, he didn't get a COVID.
Oh, then okay lah. Then I think
Yeah.
same. I agree. Newcastle should win this. Because West Brom's creative guy got the red card, right? Pereira got red card.
Yeah, Matthias Pereira.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, he got a red card.
Yeah, so even less likely that they're gonna get a goal. So I think Newcastle also 2-0. I agree.
Wolves, Aston Villa are both in the city of Birmingham, so it's a West Midlands derby. You know, Wolves fresh from that thrashing. Aston Villa have had a week off because of their postponement of their game. So, Mun Jhun, do you want to? Is there any reference on? I think Wolves don't have an English striker.
Very rulers, but we have a
Aston
top
Villa
10,
have.
top 7 striker here. Top 7 striker
Yeah.
from Aston Villa. This game a bit hard to read, to be honest, because it's both teams which you expect to do better. Wolves are playing at home lah. Because I do view these two teams quite equal. But
of course, you have to remember Jimenez is out
right, yeah.
for the foreseeable future lah.
And I don't think the having a bad I do consider which team has the best player that is playing in the game. And to me, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is the best player out of the two teams. So, but still, I don't think so. I mean, I go for a 2-2 draw lah.
I think it's time for. I think Wolves may bounce back this week. I mean, generally their form has been good, there's no shame in losing to Liverpool. Whereas, whereas for Aston Villa, their recent run has been quite bad. So, 1-0 lah, 1-0.
Well, it's very tough. Like as you say, best player is Jack Grealish, which means it's easy to defend against Aston Villa in a way lah. But I think opposite flank Trezeguet quite wasteful. He gets good chances to create, but he doesn't produce. Very sad. And Ollie Watkins is a bit of a hit and miss. I know he's quite high on the ranking, higher than Tammy, but
Still feeling a bit salty about it. Okay, I don't have a horse in this now, so it doesn't matter.
How you want to make up Antonio higher than them? Okay,
But I'm tempted to go for a draw, but I'm leaning towards Wolves also. I think they can repeat their performance against Arsenal, which is when Jimenez got injured. So I think it'll be the same result, 2-1. Aston Villa maybe too long without a match. They could be a bit rusty, too much time to prepare.
Okay.
So
I think I will go a bit different for this. I'm going to think that Jimenez out is going to really affect them. I'm not convinced by their now using Daniel Podence as a false 9.
They have Fabio Silva.
Yeah, but we don't know about, and even they do have Fabio Silva, but they chose not
Adama
to.
Traore.
They chose not to play him against Liverpool. Maybe that was a part of a tactic, maybe saving him for a game where he could actually maybe more possibly get more confidence scoring. I'll go Villa win 2-1. The Friday game is Leeds taking on West Ham. Yeah, we can go straight to the prediction.
Okay, based on my list, I think
is
Bamford
higher
over
than 9,
Mikel Antonio, so I'll go for a 2-1 Leeds win.
Okay.
I think I'll go for a high scoring game. I think it'll be 3-3.
Wow.
That is high scoring.
Wow,
Okay.
that one, if correct, I think you deserve 6 points.
6 is a lot, but okay.
Is that considered AOS? No, right? Is it?
It is, I think.
It
6.
is.
Yeah,
3-3?
it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can. I think Leeds has the propensity for that.
they do. Yeah.
I want to have faith in West Ham,
Wow.
but Leeds actually played very well before they, Lao Hong, they lose steam. They ran out of
I
energy.
think that's the only way to describe it also, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Leeds will get a good start, but West Ham will always be resilient, do the David Moyes fight back. So I think it's 2-2, not 3-3. Yeah.
Wow, well, everyone going for high scoring this one.
Yeah.
I'll go Leeds 2-1 now. Okay, we can go next to Leicester Brighton.
I think Brighton will definitely score. I think it'll be 1-1.
Okay.
These have hints of the Brighton against Aston Villa, where Brighton just counter and score 2 goals. So I think it'll be 2-1 Brighton.
Wow.
2-1 Brighton.
Okay, so going against your list lah.
Well, because Brighton has no representative here, so it's kind of
Oh,
like
number 10 one.
Danny
Welbeck.
Welbeck.
oh shit! I totally forgot about that. Oh, see, this I don't remember. He's only scored 1 goal actually.
Yeah, 2-1 Leicester is my prediction. Yeah, I think Vardy will save Leicester again.
I'm also going to go Leicester win. Question is whether 2-1 or not. I'll go 2-0 lah. Yeah, Brighton don't score.
Clean sheet.
Okay. Last is Southampton versus Sheffield United. So Southampton are here to stay apparently. They are now in 5th in the table still. Sheffield United. Yeah, I don't know how long this winless run will go. But apparently, right, even though this is the worst start to the season, the longest winless starting run was QPR in 2012. So that the record to aim for Sheffield United is 16. We'll see.
But they didn't survive, right, QPR?
No, they didn't survive lah.
Yeah lah.
Yeah, no lah. We first start like that, how to survive.
I'm thinking whether Sheffield can even get 3 wins out of this season, to be honest.
Are you looking at them possibly breaking Derby's record?
Maybe, yeah. Derby has 1 win, right?
Do you want to say who they won against?
No, it's okay.
Okay. For those who don't know, it's Newcastle.
Yeah, it's Newcastle. 1-0, I remember. Actually, easy lah. You see, can compare. There's two Southampton players here, and the last one is Graham
Okay,
Brewster.
using this logic again.
I give a 4-1 Southampton.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 goal by Sheffield will be probably Oli McBurney lah, when he can score only.
I mean, I don't see how Sheffield gonna score lah. I'm just gonna go 2-0 for Southampton.
Yeah, I agree, man. Southampton 2-0.
Right, be safe also 2-0 also. I'll go slightly different lah. I'll go 3-0 Southampton. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes for them to win lah. Yeah, I think next game they are playing Manchester United. Maybe.
Oh damn.
Wow, that one.
Yeah.
Please win that one.
Well, that will be
funny lah.
Yeah, that will be funny. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, Sheffield better buy some players. They're screwed.
That's the thing.
I don't think they got money.
Yeah.
They splurge on Ryan
It's on Ryan Brewster. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not as if they didn't spend because it's not
Oh my
Ryan
goodness, why
Brewster.
they do that?
Okay, wasn't that expensive lah. It's like 10+ million.
No, I think it was 23 or something. Quite high.
Wow. Really?
That's 23 million. It wasn't 10 million. They spent the whole entire budget
it was more
on
than
one Ryan
20.
Brewster.
They still got the receipt or not? Can refund
That's
or not?
good business.
You put one him back, man.
My God.
We
He
know
was
they
quite
will be
suddenly on
activated.
fire the last second half of the season or something.
No,
I don't think so.
He was quite highly rated on it. I don't know why.
Ryan Brewster.
Yeah.
I mean, not highly rated enough to keep, I guess.
In the under 18s, that kind of.
Yeah, like highly rated within the young kids.
But they really overpay. He's only worth, according to the transfer market official, he's only worth 4.5 million, and they paid 22 million for Ryan Brewster. They overpaid exactly 5 times for Ryan Brewster. Oh my God.
Why? I still don't get it. Of all the players to buy,
And no one.
I don't really know why.
why will you buy?
for him?
No, why will you want to buy an unproven youngster?
I think it's their
Yeah,
policy.
and then like you rest your whole season on him, like doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
But isn't
why
that
don't you just
Sheffield's
loan
one?
him? So stupid.
I think buy Danny Welbeck also better. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, according to the rankings.
I mean, that's true. And Danny Welbeck was on a free. So
Yeah, and now I know Ryan Brewster, he paid 23 instead of 10, right? There's no way he'll go higher than 17, yeah. Oh my God.
okay. So once again, thank you for watching our entire video all the way to the end. Hopefully you will enjoy Matchweek 12. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. We'll again see you next week, but on a special episode, we'll be recording a bit earlier because we will be including the midweek games as well. Watch out for our episode, probably coming out on Wednesday in midweek or why?
Bye-bye.
Bye.